and John, entry of a birth.
All right, Yuki.
We're back.
Yo, yeah, we are back. But
John Brennan, yes.
Yuki Nakamura.
Yeah.
Now, this was something that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
What is it?
The UFO?
Oh my
Well,
God!
it's not directly about, space thing. Could be a government secret. So,
Sure, it could be a
yeah,
lot of things.
lot of
UFOs could be anything unexplained flying in an object.
right, it's a flying object is UFO.
Or unidentified.
Identify. So could be, secret government project thing. And did I tell you I saw something in Palm Springs?
No, what did you see?
Okay, there was a time I was living in Palm Springs, and that was a very late night. I was driving. It was raining outside of the Palm Springs. Usually, when people says I saw UFO, it's either Arizona, those outside
New
of
Mexico.
the city, New Mexico, and then so I was driving, and then suddenly, holy shit! Above me, it's like right there. You can touch it almost, but you're so close. It's just above me. There's the huge triangle thing. And then, first of all, not necessarily from the space, but one, you never seen that huge object in the air. And number two, it's not the plane because it's not moving. And number three, no noise. Right?
Yeah, I would have shit my pants right there.
I was driving and driving. Something is so huge, I couldn't pass that thing. Because if you don't pay attention, it's dark, and then outside of the Palm Springs, so whole desert, nothing, right?
Yeah.
Just empty space. So, but I know it's there, and I keep driving, 10, 15 minutes. It's still about things are that huge.
Wow. So would you say it was the size of a few football fields or even bigger? Yeah?
Even bigger. And then it's triangle. It's like a Death Star. And the Star Wars, that triangle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You saw the Mothership Connection, man. That was George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic doing a concert in the desert for you.
I was so scared.
Holy shit. So
Good
then what
things I
happened?
didn't-
How it just disappeared or?
Well, I was kept driving, and then, I just, finally, I passed that thing, I was driving, nobody saw, probably close to 100 miles, and then raining, but, and then I saw that triangle thing, and then it's kind of disappeared.
Damn.
That's one. And then second...
Oh, you had multiple UFOs.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I showed that photo.
Oh, because so which you showed me photos of two things. That was the one you just described.
That's a no photo.
Oh.
But this one, the photo I show you,
Okay.
I saw that above Griffith Park. That was late night. I was driving. I saw this green light. So I went top of the Griffith Park. That
Griffith Park in L.A. where they have the Hollywood sign.
Right.
Overlook
It's like
the observatory.
I was there, and then I don't know, a couple hundred people were there looking. Remember that the end of the close encounter? People.
Sure. Yeah.
Something like that. 100 people watching that green things, and then looks like you remember round the spaceship in the E.T.?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's round, and then it's the bottom, some lights. So this thing was like floating like this, and we saw that light. The photo was that light. And then the green smoke, suddenly, that light moved up and disappeared in this green smoke. Then this green smoke disappeared, the huge object is gone.
Oh.
Funny thing is, again, one, too big, two, no noise, three, what's that building size big thing is doing there? And then a couple hundred people are watching, just like end of the close encounter, right? And that day, no news, Next morning, no news. That's why I think it's a government project, because why they hid it? One, if it's real UFO, if it's real spaceship, it should be the news. But it's not the news. So that's why I think it's secret government project.
Wow. Or it was just Hollywood special effects because you were in Hollywood, Yuki. Maybe they were just
They're making a movie?
Yeah, they're making a movie, or they're testing out some
How
new...
come I never seen that scene in the movie then?
Because you don't like science fiction movies. You
Who
only...
said that? I like science
Oh, you
fiction.
do?
Yeah.
I thought you only liked neo-noir.
No, I like neon, but I like Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
No.
So no. All joking aside, who knows, man?
Right.
I believe that there is technology in this universe that is
Right.
so advanced from us that we have no fucking clue what even it is. We might be experiencing things that are dipping in from other dimensions, other times,
Right.
other worlds. That is so because you can have a civilization
Right.
that is a million years in advance from us, and that wouldn't even be that big of a thing in the universe.
I believe, some another life form and then out there, but
Yeah.
why we don't see them? That's the other thing,
Because they don't want us to see them. Because
Wait a
guess
minute,
what?
Who are they? Government or them?
No, it could be like the origin
alien.
of the species. Like okay, here's my theory.
Yeah.
This is a stupid theory, but sometimes I think about these sort of stupid things. What if we're just like a reality show for like extra dimensional beings who, like, right now they're just sitting right there watching us, and they're like,
Right.
"Oh, let's watch the Yuki and John show. Let's see what that." But they live for such a long time that our lives are like a half-hour show to them. So our like 80 years, maybe you'll live to 80, 90, 100. That 80, 90, 100 years to them is like a half hour, like a sitcom. So they watch our lives, they laugh along with us, they cry with us, they maybe turn down the volume for their kids when we're in the shower, just in case they don't want to hear us fart or see our penises. It's like a show. What if we're just a show for aliens?
So for them, we're like tiny things.
Yeah, we're like little, like how when you're a kid and you like observe the ants,
Ants,
and you put a
yeah.
crumb down and they pick it up.
So
and
we're ants for them.
We're the little ants for them, yeah. And they're just these extra dimensional, interdimensional aliens who live fucking millions of years, and they watch
Well,
us
that's
like.
always, that's why I think something out there, but unless I meet them, I don't believe I mean, I believe UFO. There's something we don't know what it is.
Whether or not it's the
Right.
government or other
Right,
places.
but I'm more towards government project.
So you think that UFOs in general are more of a government thing than extra-dimensional or interdimensional or interplanetary beings
Right.
who come and visit Earth to either observe us or study us, or
Right.
you don't think that that's the case? So when people say that they were abducted by aliens, and have these descriptions, a lot of people have the same descriptions
Right.
of the gray aliens, this alien, they probe them and they do all these things to them. Do you think that they're just being drugged and have hallucinations, and the government is actually doing that to them? Or is it just like a dream? Like, what do you think alien abductions actually are?
I don't want to say bullshit. I mean, people say that I'm abducted by alien, and if they think so, I don't know. Unless they're lying, and then go back to lie. I mean,
I guarantee you there's some people who have put out first eyewitness reports of alien abductions who are definitely lying just to make money, just to be able to put out a book or something like that. But I also believe that there are people out there who genuinely believe and know that something happened to them that was not.
Because if they really exist, how come they didn't show up 100 years ago?
Maybe they did. You know how many pieces of evidence there are in, say, like hieroglyphics and shit, where there's things floating in the sky, or how there's things on one side of the earth. There's this my friend sent it. Actually, my cousin sent it to me the other day. There's this depiction of like an eagle god on one side of the earth, and they found it on the other side of the earth, the exact same picture. So either some motherfucker took 30, 40, 50, 60 years to go across all the continents and all the waters and all the seas to get over there to just put another identical bird sculpture, bird god, or this bird god was visiting men and going like, you know, and then the fucking
So like okay, maybe alien built the pyramid, crop
Sure.
circle or
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, I mean that there's or maybe it's not even aliens. Sometimes people say that the theory is that it's us from the future coming back to visit us through time travel.
I don't know time travel thing too.
You don't believe in time travel?
No.
All right. I mean, that's probably the least accessible. I think the idea that we are some sort of a science experiment for beings that are so far advanced from us that they are like observing and seeing how things work, learning from our mistakes, or the, you know, just or watching us for entertainment. I think that there's something to that.
But again, if they exist, we should have I don't know, either, you know, if they're friendly, we should be.
What if they're not?
Then
Or like, how friendly can you be to an
okay,
ant?
well, if they're not friendly, how come they're not attacking us then?
Because they like watching us. They're like, look at those motherfuckers. They're funny. Like when you see an ant carry a crumb away, you're like, ha ha ha. Isn't that so funny looking?
But sometimes we crush them, right?
Yes, we
how
do.
How come they don't do that to us?
How do you know that sometimes when we die, that's not the reason? They give us like an invisible beam that just drops us to the ground, or maybe they manipulate us to jump in front of a train even though we don't want to, or maybe
maybe natural disaster.
Or maybe, yes, natural disasters. Maybe the fucking volcanoes. Or they go, oh, press the volcano button. Let's see what these motherfuckers do now.
Well, okay. Well, I thought those natural disaster was just, well, I since I don't believe religion, I mean, it's nature thing, you know. The earth is balancing because, you know, earth can hold only certain number of people. So, you know, like a war or natural disaster, they have to reduce the population.
Either that or
to
just
make
the
a balance.
Earth is basically a living organism that has functions that help it continue. So when it releases tension in the continents, or when it has the waves and the things and the things,
so
it has to do these things, and we're just in the way.
Yeah, so we have to. They have, you know, Earth has to kill us.
I mean, I don't think that
going,
the Earth is like, let me kill these people, but it's like the Earth is like, yeah, I need to have this hurricane in order for me to survive. So if the people are in the way, hey,
let them die, right?
Yeah, it's got to be that way because the Earth is going through its motions. It's going through its natural cycles.
I think that's the natural thing. Like, you know, it's not just one person, two person get killed by accident. It's like a big number of people die. It's always like
okay, so you think that's sort of a conspiracy that big natural disasters are in order to level out the population.
Right. War, like a plague. There's no, you know, big plague time. You remember the death?
Of course I remember the bubonic plague. I was 13 years old when it happened. No,
no, that was 1347. The pest was.
Oh yeah, rats and poops and.
So you know, just to die so many number of the people. World War I, World War II, tsunami. You know.
But do you think that aliens have anything to do with that, or UFOs?
No, I think it's a natural conspiracy. Earth is doing it to make balance.
Interesting.
Or government is, you know, doing it to you know, to maintain whole world going.
Okay. So for aliens though, what do you think that the two things that you saw had more to do with the government?
It's conspiracy
Than any sort of beings from another world.
Right. And then there's a third one.
Oh, there's a third one?
I was in New Mexico.
Oh.
I got lost. Middle of nowhere,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And then I had a map. And then just one section, it's near white sand.
Okay.
There's nothing there. But there's no water, but there's some kind of bank. You know, it's a little hill. But it's wall. It's not really hill. It's kind of
like a fortress.
Like a fortress also.
Okay.
I made the town.
Yeah.
1,000 tank was sitting there. That was a month before Gulf War. it looks like they're preparing invading another country. Like I would say, a couple of thousand of tanks were sitting there.
You just made a turn and suddenly you're in tank country.
Yeah.
What?
And then less than a minute, this MP Jeep showing up and then kick me out.
Holy shit! What'd you say? Like I got lost? I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I
the
got
fuck-
lost, and then I looked them up. There's no sign,
No
nothing.
yeah.
The map has an empty space,
Wow.
but that's like a hidden tank. I don't know. It's a station.
Did you say like? By the way, before I go, what are all these fucking tanks about?
I was scared.
Oh, you were scared. Were they
But-
threatening you? How did the MPs approach you?
No, that's the funny thing, because if it's like a real military station, they should be real, right? I mean, it's like a real guard or a guard station or a gate
Yeah.
or some security. No, it's like a nothing and then open gate. I made a turn, just there's an opening, and then thousands of tanks were sitting.
Holy shit.
That's why I thought weird.
Yuki stumbled upon a fucking.
Yeah, because if it's a real military station,
Yeah.
it's a real, building and then gate or fence, they should be in the map, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing there, just the empty space. There is some, the bunker there, like
Yeah.
the ground. It looks like a wall, but
Sure.
it's not. It's
But
just
maybe it's a camouflage wall.
camouflage. And then there's some opening. There's nobody, just one jeep and two guys. That's why.
Did you just drive right past them?
Yeah. No, I didn't pass it. They
Oh,
stopped
okay, they
me.
stopped you.
But first of all, when I made a turn, I never seen so many tanks.
Holy
so
shit.
I was like a frozen,
Yeah.
Then two guys came. So, no, you can't be here, and they kicked me out.
Wow.
But 2 minutes. But that was a little short time before we went to Gulf War.
That's incredible. You saw the hardware, Yuki. You saw the
I saw that was a.
holy.
I could be
shit.
wrong. Nobody say anything, but
You never
who
know.
else you like? What is this? Like preparing invasion?
For invasion, yeah, that were, yeah.
It's like easily thousands of tanks are there.
So of course, that leads us sort of, I guess, to like Area 51 kind of
Right,
thing,
right.
where governments or our government or whatever is doing secret things
Right,
and have
but then they
secret
make
bases.
it's make me really more scarier. That's because there's no no big gate or no military. There's nothing there. Nobody. Only two MPs.
Wow.
That's why even scarier. Like, holy shit! It's really supposed to be nothing here, but there is.
That's crazy.
So that's why everything is like a government conspiracy.
Sure. You ever hear of a guy called Bob Lazar?
No.
Okay, so Bob Lazar is interesting. He claimed that he worked at Area 51. And he worked there for a while. He was hired to work on alien technology that had crashed like a ship. But he was working on a team that you would only be able to do certain things. So nobody knew the whole entire working pieces of
Wait a minute. So are you saying those Roswell? It's a part of true?
Well, so I don't know if Bob Lazar, I don't know if what he's talking about was from Roswell, but it was recovered from some sort of a UFO crash site that was technology that we had never seen before. And that,
But that's Roswell. Remember that?
well, no, I remember Roswell.
Right, but
That's the first one.
Half part of the Independence Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is similar to that, but he said that instead of knowing or learning about or working on the whole entire piece of the spaceship, he would only have one specific task, and then a bunch of other people would have specific tasks, and nobody would know all the information.
Right.
They would keep it out just so that the people who were giving, like him, he was working on like the engine of it to figure out how the engine works. And he said that the engine, they would take it out and somebody would pilot it, and that it would go like super fast and then stop and move in all these like crazy ways that we've never seen. And they could not figure out how that spaceship actually worked, the energy source. They didn't know how it worked. and that they were working on it for a very long time, and then he said that he blew the whistle for some reason, and now throughout the whole, last 20, 30 years, he's been talking about it.
Move this way, right?
All kinds of ways. Like, boom, stop, boom, stop. Boom.
Okay, I was in the outside of the Arizona one time.
Yeah.
Nighttime, I was looking, and then this one light over there, if it's playing, going this way, right?
Yeah.
This light going this way.
Oh, shit. It was all zigzag.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was. So, what is it then?
Bob Lazar's spaceship. Bob
Because,
Lazar's
right, our plane or flying object, they don't move this way.
No.
But I did saw it, though.
Shit, man. You saw some UFO motherfuckers. They were coming at you. Wait, so Roswell, you mentioned Roswell. Let's just let's do a quick Wikipedia search about Roswell.
Right.
Because that's the first one. That's like where UFOs became like
Right.
huge in the public knowledge, right? Because, before that it was like science fiction, but this was actually covered by the papers and stuff.
Now, is he still alive or?
Bob Lazar's still alive. He said that every once in a while he'll people will show up and they're threatening and stuff,
Right.
and he tries to keep a normal life and stay out of the limelight, but he comes out and blows the whistle on this because he felt that he was being threatened, and that he felt like maybe they were
Threatened by what, government?
government, yeah.
See, so I think government hiding something, no?
Maybe, yeah. But what did they recover the ship from? Is it future technology? Is it Chinese technology? Is it alien technology? What is it? I mean, I think somebody also claimed that they saw alien beings that were recovered from the crash site that were of unknown human or not a human origin. Anti-human or what about last year? Wait, wasn't it last year or the year before when the fucking Mexican government revealed that they had aliens?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. Now they have aliens, and everybody was making fun of it because it looked so stupid.
But the Maya thing, that I mean, there's a weird sign or weird construction building, and when I was there, okay, Maya culture could be alien culture, no?
I mean, that's what people say, is that the Mayans and the Aztecs and the Egyptians
Right.
were all connected somehow towards some sort of interstellar thing. Maybe not aliens, but the pyramids line up directly with constellations and all kinds
Right,
of crazy
something
shit.
to do with the star or
Yes.
shadow, because this pyramid, it's once a year when sun goes to right place, there is a shadow and then the edge of the pyramid, and then snake shape. I mean, how could you do that?
Well, okay, this is what I think sometimes, though, is that back in the day, in the ancient world, there was no TV,
Right.
there was no books, there was no
Right.
nothing. So what did you have to do but figure out for fucking 15 years every day? You're like, all right, when are we going to get the snake shape? And they figured it out because that's all that they had to do. They had nothing else. They were bored out of their minds, Yuki, so they fucking figured out the mathematics of the stars, and they were able to not be distracted.
But okay, their mathematics and the physics, it's beyond our knowledge. So back then, how did you figure out? There was one place I went to Maya, the ruins, some old buildings standing
Okay.
there. It's just opening, there's some small, I don't know, a 2x2 size, and just empty, small building,
Yeah.
but no wall.
Right.
There's the opening in the four section. And then when wind blows, that thing makes noise.
Uh-huh.
And then depend on the what
amount?
kind of noise they make, they know whether, when.
Ah.
How do you know that? Okay, if this make this noise, we have rain 3 days ago. If this makes that noise, we have a storm in 5 days ago. How did you know that without
You mean in the future, 5 days
in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they I actually don't have any answer for that. There could be a lot of answers. Like maybe there was an ancient civilization that had technological advances even further than us that got destroyed, and this is just the remnants of what the ancient civilization was able to offer the world. There's all sorts of theories.
But that civilization is beyond our knowledge, though.
Well, that's what some people say is that there was. That's why, like the Atlantis thing.
Yeah,
and this
Atlantis.
And
Yeah.
they say that there was a civilization that was so far advanced from what
Right.
we even have today that got wiped out for some reason. Maybe it was a catastrophe on the level of a nuclear holocaust or all these sorts of things that just destroyed them. And then the humans that were left over only had like little ideas of what the things that came before them were and rebuilt society. That's a theory anyway. It's not my theory. I think that we will never fucking know because there's so many mysteries. Even just like, do you even know how your pancreas works? Like we both have pancreas, right? We don't know what the fuck it does. We don't know what maybe some people do if they go to medical school.
Right.
But there's so many mysteries even just in this room. I mean, what the fuck? How does this computer work? I don't know how the fuck it works, but I know I
Right.
use it. I don't know how it's built. So even if we get into the nitty gritty of who was, why was, then there's so many more questions and so many more things that we would have to explore than just like, was it aliens? But no, it's probably so much more complicated
But
than
if
we could
you
ever
say
imagine.
so, like, how do we? Who started?
We don't know. And I think that the problem is we shouldn't look at the past. We should think about the present and move forward towards the future, in my opinion. And if that present includes aliens who reveal themselves to us, great. If not, let's just live together in fucking in harmony and peace.
But don't you wonder how is even or technology or even medical thing?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who started? How we came this far? I mean,
Who knows? I mean, people are saying that technology like cell phones, that they probably had that shit in the 60s and just didn't really, like the government had it's technology that was like mobile unit cell phone sort of things that was so far advanced,
Right.
but never released it to the public until they figured, okay, this could be okay for the public or whatever the fuck.
Okay, 60s when we watched Star Trek TV show.
Yeah.
They had the.
Oh yeah, they had all this. They had
right,
all
the
communicators.
telephone communicator.
Yeah.
Now it's happening,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
60 years later. So that means
Somebody knew something.
we're gonna transport. Beat me up, Scotty. You know that day is happening.
I wonder if that's gonna happen. Wait, let's get back to aliens because we are sort of talking about aliens, but we're also talking about like I don't know technology.
Yes,
And,
okay.
So here's the Roswell incident. It's a collection of events and myths surrounding the 1947 crash of a U.S. Army Air Forces balloon near Roswell. Oh, whoa! They're saying it's a U.S. Army Air Forces balloon. Holy shit! So they're already covering up the conspiracy. 'Cause, it operated from nearby Air Force. So was it proven? As part of the top secret Project Mogul, the balloon was intercepted to detect Soviet nuclear tests. After metallic and rubber debris was recovered, the United States Army announced that they were in possession of a flying disc. This announcement made international headlines but was retracted within a day, obscuring the true purpose and source of the crash balloon. The Army subsequently stated that it was a conventional weather balloon. So this says nothing about aliens.
It's like a balloon. Our U.S.
Well, they're saying that it was like a technology that was devised to detect nuclear attacks from the Soviet Union that crashed. And then in order to cover up what it was, we just said it was a weather balloon. But then where the fuck did the aliens come in? Maybe I didn't read far enough.
Yeah, well, so there's nothing to do with the alien.
That's what this is saying. The balloon. UFO conspiracy theories, 1947 to 1978. The Roswell incident remained relatively obscure for 3 decades, but reporting on the incident ceased soon after the government provided a mundane explanation. Just days after the incident, it was reported that it was just ding dang dong. Nevertheless, belief in UFO cover-up by the U.S. government became widespread. Hoaxes, legends, and stories of crashed spaceships and alien bodies in New Mexico emerged that would later form elements of the Roswell myth. In 1947, many Americans attributed flying saucers to unknown military aircraft. So back then, they were like, yeah, those flying saucers that we're seeing, yeah, it's the fucking government. So they didn't even think about aliens at that point. That's interesting.
So that's that the government.
That's what they're saying. But in the decades between the debris, Roswell theories became more about flying saucers and synonymous with alien spacecraft. Trust in the U.S. government declined, and acceptance of conspiracy theories became widespread. Okay. UFO believers accused the government of a cosmic Watergate.
Oh, man.
The 1947 incident was reinterpreted to fit the public's increasingly conspiratorial outlook. That's what, wow. So, I mean, whoever's writing that Wikipedia page is definitely trying to cover something up.
So what the heck is Area 51?
Well, Area 51, there's a lot of things that people say about it. Some people say it's where a lot of the advanced government technology is developed and studied and practiced upon.
So maybe nothing to do with alien ship.
That's what some people say. Other people say that it's both. It's like there's some alien technology there. That's where they take the. I mean, maybe there's probably Area 51 got so popular that that's probably just like a shell right now. You know, it's not the real secret base. We don't know where the fucking secret base really is.
Maybe cover up name. The nuclear bomb was building over there. So instead of nuclear bomb, they called it Area 51. So everybody think it...
Just to keep it cryptic.
Yeah, so instead of a nuclear weapon...
Right.
It's like a spaceship. Maybe it's like a fake confusing name. Try to confuse the American people.
Sure, I mean, I think you're right in one way that it's mostly a conspiracy to cover up something. Who knows what they're covering up, but they're covering up...
Oppenheimer's lab was there.
No, isn't that proven that was elsewhere? I think they actually say where it was.
But it was in the Nevada, right? Could be.
So maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know enough about Area 51. All I know is a few years ago, a bunch of kids online said that they were going to storm Area 51. And it was building up for all these like months and months and months, and then like only like 30 people showed up, and they ran at the gates and then got turned away.
So there is the building, or
there's like an Area 51. Yeah, there is an area.
Did they call it Area 51?
I guess so.
So it's no secret anymore. Then.
No, that's why I think it's just like the Mall of America. It's like Area 51. They have like a place there just like
it's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, it's like a placeholder. They're like, okay, it used to be the secret base, but now we got to move it elsewhere.
Can we visit them?
I'm sure you could figure out parts of where Area 51 are, and then...
Maybe we should go.
I don't want to go to the desert, Yuki. The desert sucks.
Well, it's near Las Vegas.
Well, I bet you if me and you do enough drugs, like mushrooms, we could talk to aliens right in this fucking room. We don't need to go anywhere, buddy.
Well, we should invite Jimmy then.
Sure, bring them over. We'll take a shitload of drugs.
Yeah.
And then we'll just talk to the aliens. We're like, aliens, come on. They'll be like, clink, tang, clank, tonk.
He told me last year, he said, Yuki, I will drive. So
you want him to drive? All right. I mean, Yuki, the Moody Blues said thinking is the best way to travel. So maybe we just meet the aliens in our minds.
Oh.
I don't want to meet no MPs coming at me saying you shouldn't be here, this and that and the other thing.
But we can tape it. That's, just like remember.
Yeah, we can also tape us doing drugs and talking to
Yeah, but that's a beauty of a documentary, because instead of faking Ogopogo, if it's a documentary,
right?
If that happens, that'd be in the film.
But I think there's no way to get any useful information in that place because it's so popular. What we would need to do is figure out the real Area 51, the one that nobody knows about. So the one that's like underneath the Colorado Rocky Mountains, and we got to go deep into the underground and talk about that shit.
But if nobody knows, how do we know it's there?
That's what the documentary is about. How we figure it out. How we infiltrate the government. The documentary would be about me and you, starting at this level, and then getting secret top clearance and getting in.
Okay, then there's the thing. The United States, they're importing the oil from Middle East, right? Mm-hmm. But this country can produce the oil.
Sure. I'm sure we have oil reserves for 1 billion years or some crazy shit. Yeah.
I had the secret oil tankers in Texas. And then when the rest of the world run out of the oil,
we're good.
We're good to go because we have oil, but we're still importing. And then the oil we produce in this country, we keeping and stockpile.
Yeah.
So when rest of the world there's no oil, we have oil. I love America. But that huge tank was in Texas. That's what I heard.
Fuck. That's shrewd. That's leading to a Mad Max showdown.
That's right.
Yeah, fuel. Bought town. So, all right, back to UFOs, Yuki.
Yeah.
So, we've covered that you definitely feel that it's more of a human conspiracy than anything that's like
conspiracy.
outside the realm.
Right.
But I don't know, when you look, or when they say that you look at a picture, say, from one of those big telescopes, like the Hubble or the new one, what's the new guy, James Earl Jones telescope, and they look, and there's so many little pieces of light, and they say that each light is a galaxy unto itself.
Right. Well,
that's a lot of galaxies, and that's a lot of possibilities.
I'm not being negative about that. I believe something out there.
So you think that there is life out there,
right? Because we were here, so something should be there.
So there is like on a planet 75 billion light years away. There's some sort of a creature going and they're eating okay. Right. But you don't think that they get in their spaceships and come here to visit?
Right, maybe too far to travel yet.
Well, that's the thing, because they say that even if you go the speed of light, so
still takes time.
When you say 25,000 light years away, that's 25,000 years traveling the speed of light. So we'll never get there.
We'll never get there. Yeah.
That's insane.
So who wants to spend that kind of time? Say hello, then leave? I don't think so. That's why we don't meet.
Well, they don't just say hello. They say bend over, buddy. We're gonna probe you, and then they go, wee, and then they leave. They like to play with the booty holes.
So somebody get the pregnant.
Well, there are theories that humans are also part alien to begin with. Like, the reason we separated from, say, the apes and the beasts and the Neanderthals and all that is because some sort of an alien factor came in and took that DNA and then pushed it forward in some sort of way, whether or not that was through fucking or whether or not that was through some sort of a scientific method.
Right.
That's what another theory is that we're part alien. We're that's why we got separated from the missing links and all that.
Well, there's still so many mysteries, so but
I said, I don't even know how my own human body works. So how the fuck am I going to solve the alien conspiracy? I'm just like, I barely even know.
Again, the alien conspiracy is basically government conspiracy. I say.
I'm on your side with that. Is that I would say it's like 90% a human conspiracy, and then there's a 10% that I don't know. There is a 10% where I do feel like it's possible that there are beings poking in from the fourth dimension and that we wouldn't recognize, or that we would see, but we wouldn't recognize their entire thing because they're in a whole nother dimension. Like, you remember Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
He did this thing. I think I explained this once on the show. He did this thing on the original Cosmos talking about 2D people in like an actual 2D plane of existence. So say that they lived in 2D land.
Right.
And say that a pencil passed through 2D land and went through their plane of existence from 3D to 2D, that 2D person or character or whatever the fuck it is would only see a sliver of the pencil at a time, because it wouldn't be able to understand or behold the entirety of the pencil because they're only in the second dimension. The third dimension is where the pencil exists. Now, say a fourth dimensional being poked through our dimension, we would only see a snapshot of it, a fleeting glimpse, we wouldn't even just see like a thing. We wouldn't be able to contemplate or understand or see the entirety of that beast because it's coming through a whole nother dimension. And now forget about it. You keep going up 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you can't. We can't comprehend anything past the third dimension with our puny human minds, except for in mathematics. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe these beings are poking through, doing a thing.
So still, we don't know exactly what it is.
We don't know, and we probably will never know.
Never know.
Because even if the shit comes out, people are saying the way that how the pandemic. This is a conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. The way that the pandemic happened, they're saying that was a conspiracy to test people, to keep them indoors, to see if they would comply with government mandates and stuff like that. That was a test for a bigger thing, and people are saying that the next big thing is a faked alien invasion. Because they have the technology now that they could shoot like holograms into the sky and it could look like a spaceship. They have it. Like you could just go and it looks like a fucking thing. So there people, I don't believe this, but people are saying that the next thing is going to be a staged alien invasion in order to control us or to thin the herd in some sort of a way.
Maybe what I saw was a hologram then.
Yeah, maybe you saw a hologram. They were testing it. They said, yo, Yuki's driving through the desert. Let's test the hologram technology.
Yeah, because, there's no noise. So, it's hologram will make sense. If it's no noise, it's just an object.
I mean, if they can make Tupac come back to stage, they can make a fucking alien appear in the sky. Yeah. So that's probably what's coming next is a staged alien invasion that me and you are going to just have to fucking live through.
So everything is...
Would you fight an alien? Like, would you pick... Like, if there were aliens who were invading... In real. This is real. Not staged.
Okay.
So say that aliens were invading Earth, like Independence Day style.
Well, it's just like Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Would you fight?
Yeah, I mean,
You would? You would pick up a gun?
Well, alien, trying to kill us.
Yeah.
It's better him than me.
Okay. I like that. I respect that. I would fight too. You know what? I would pick up a baseball bat, a screwdriver.
What if alien try to kill Liz? You gonna watch?
No, I ain't watching that. I'm gonna fight back. Yeah.
So,
I got mace. I don't have a gun.
I know. But anything. Baseball bat or something.
Yeah, I got a hammer.
Yeah.
I got a mace, a hammer, and a baseball bat. A screwdriver. I got a whole toolbox.
Anything, Just
you know what was so stupid?
Yeah.
You know the movie Signs?
Oh, yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan?
I don't like him, so I don't like him.
Okay, well, I like the first 2/3 of that movie. I thought that part where the fucking alien crossed across the screen, very scary, very well done. But the fact that the fucking water is what kills the aliens... is so stupid. That's like a betrayal of what we watched the whole time. Yeah. Why would these aliens come to a planet and not realize that like a glass of water is going to fuck them up? They're so advanced. Plus, they're running around in the cornfields. Isn't there moisture there?
Right.
It's just so stupid.
That the War of the World is more makes sense, though, huh? Like
I like War of the Worlds because it's a virus.
Well,
the original ending, not whatever. Some of the movies didn't do it that way.
Not the remake. I mean, original.
Right. They just didn't calculate for the viruses that would fuck them up, and they just started dying.
Right.
That's great. I mean, it's anticlimactic in a way, but it's just cool because you know what? That probably would happen if we went to invade some alien world and we didn't figure on some microscopic virus or bacterial infection that would destroy us all in a minute. Of course, we're getting wiped out. That's a cool way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before we wrap this up, any alien movies that you remember that you liked?
I liked Close Encounter of the Third Kind. That's most realistic alien movie, I think. No.
You ever see Communion with Christopher Walken?
Oh yeah,
that movie freaked me out. And Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. Yeah.
That has that crazy autopsy. Not autopsy, but when they're doing that
like an abduction thing.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
Crazy.
But yeah, like alien abduction movies. I haven't seen. There's a new movie called Kid vs. Aliens that came out a year or two ago. That seems like it could be fun.
I liked Attack the Block, UK movie.
I liked Attack the Block.
Right,
I thought that
that's
was
clever.
really fun, well done,
Right,
just like
clever,
action
yeah,
monster
action,
B
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
And then those bad street kids kind of,
Fight aliens like me and you would.
Yeah.
Independence Day, the first one I saw in the theaters, it was very hyped up.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it's interesting in certain regards.
The spaceship showing up part was kind of interesting, but the rest, it's sort of... And then the Area 51 thing, I thought that was a little clever,
Yeah.
Government secret thing.
The part where the alien was talking to him through the other guy's voice and shit. Like, there was some cool stuff in there.
That was Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. We met Bill Pullman
Yeah.
for a moment or two at the Canadian
You talked
convention.
to him.
I talked to him, yeah.
Did you talk to him about the alien?
Not aliens exactly. We were talking about... Well, actually, yeah, we did talk about aliens. So me and Dave Foley, Dave Foley has a UFO podcast. And I just was lucky enough to be in the break room when Dave Foley and Bill Pullman and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were eating lunch.
Right.
And I'm allowed to be there. I'm going to eat my fucking lunch. So I sat down and they started talking and I started chiming in. But Dave Foley started mentioning things about like ghosts and UFOs and stuff. And I just started engaging him. And we started really getting into some deep shit. I mean, he told some of his experiences with UFOs. I started to talk about, Terrence McKenna and some of his ideas behind... like the stoned ape theory where you eat the mushrooms and that's how they get smart. All this stuff. And it was funny because like Bill Pullman, when they were talking about normal stuff, was like really talkative. But then when me and Dave Foley started talking about UFOs and shit, he kind of was just like, But then at the end of the day, he jogged up to me. He was like, hey, man. And I thought he was going towards somebody else. And he's like, hey, it was really nice to meet you. And you know a lot about that stuff, aliens and ghosts and shit. I was like, oh, yeah, I do. I fucking like that shit. You should check out Terrence McKenna. But I couldn't believe that he was, like, into what we were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the President of the United States from Independence Day.
Independence, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool experience. All right, that was UFOs
UFO.
by Yuki and John. Any other final thoughts on UFOs?
Well, since I never met them directly, I can't say, but I do believe something out there, if we exist in this world, nothing wrong with other life form existing somewhere else.
No, I think it's more likely than not. I mean, how could you have billions of galaxies and then we're the only idiots
But
around?
just, I think they don't spend thousands of years, spend the time, whole life to come to another planet, say hello. That's why we don't see them. It's too far to come just say hello. So
so
that's why we don't see
it's
them.
more of a human origin for these things, or maybe some sort of a species that's been living in the hollow earth for all this. Anyway, that's a whole other conspiracy theory.
Yeah, or maybe they don't care about us. We're too small. Ooh.
Yeah, we're like the little cockroaches, and they're
Yeah.
like, why don't these motherfuckers die? We can't get rid of these fucking things. All right, well, that's UFOs. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, all of our beautiful patrons and our listeners.
Thank you.
And watch The Last Drive-In every other Friday.
Yes, that's
And,
today. Yeah.
Well, we're recording today, but we're going to release it in the
Oh, I
future.
see,
So,
okay.
but it's probably tomorrow or next week.
Next
or,
week,
well, just
yeah.
watch it any fucking time it's on.
We'll be there.
And, support us on Patreon if you can, because you really help and change our lives.
Right.
And keep listening to the podcast because we love talking about ridiculous things like UFOs.
Any ridiculous thing we love.
That's right. So, Yuki,
John,
see you later, buddy.
see you later. Until next time. Bye.
Yuki and John, Patriot of the Bay.